G'day guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel, and yeah, it's been kind of shit. I know it's been shit, but what do you want me to do? I'm not going to jump around like it's been fucking wonderful. I'm not, but before I get into me fucking whinging, complaining and moaning, right, I want to introduce the guys that have fucking decided to come into this therapy session, right? To my right, Scott, Borg, my mate. How you going? Fellow Gooner from Australia. How you been, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Besides football, everything's going a bit dandy over here.
Yeah, you're loving life, as an Arsenal supporter, doing well, not seeing a psychiatrist or nothing like that, Oh, you must be because you're fucking smiling and shit. Like, fuck.
That's it. Trusting that process, right?
Oh, it's a wonderful process, it is. It's a wonderful process, it is. It's a great process. Below us, down low, of course, even on the ladder, which doesn't really mean shit anyway, the way we're both going, is the Man United man, Mr. Drake himself, from the football capital. Oh God! Seriously, this is this is fucking bad, bro.
I'm here to join the therapy session, because I mean, what more can I say?
God help us.
Thank God we're talking about Arsenal, not Man United. But let's go.
So, guys, look, I'll put this together because we saw the game against Crystal Palace, saw the game against Brighton. All right, now I'm pretty sure everyone could agree that the Crystal Palace game, right? We all thought this is going to be a win, a tough win, but a win. Now we've gone over, we're at home to Brighton, and absolute capitulation. Scott, since you're making your debut, what are your thoughts? Like, when you saw the lineup, what the fuck were you thinking?
I was thinking this has all the markings of a manager who's learning his trade and is trying to be edgy in a game where it didn't need to be complicated. Brighton hadn't scored in God knows how long. They'd been in awful form. We didn't need to make this a complicated match. There were simple solutions for the problems we've got, and these are self-inflicted problems because we didn't strengthen in January. We've had this golden opportunity and we didn't strengthen and bolster the squad. Xhaka left back. As soon as I saw that, I may as well have said to myself, don't bother watching. You know what you're in for because it never works, right? When I saw the lineup and even Lokonga, who, in his defense, how can you expect him to be sharp when he hasn't had any football? He hasn't even been given some time off the bench to get a feel for it. It just hasn't been right. Everyone just looked knackered. So the lineup was a problem, but Arteta tried to make it complicated and it should have been simple.
I couldn't agree with you more, mate. I honestly thought the lineup with Xhaka on the left-hand side, weakening the midfield further without Partey, was a disaster class. Borce, what did you think? I mean, when you saw the midfield swap, you saw Xhaka go to the left. Our midfield's already a pub toilet door without Partey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, mate? Yeah,
look, just by what I've seen from other Arsenal fans, like you, or like both of you, both asking for Saka to go to that left back position, and I think it kind of made sense as Saka's played there before, especially when he first came into the squad. That's where we saw him in that position, and he did well. Xhaka, to me, and it's not just Xhaka. I think the last two games, you look at that Crystal Palace game, and it was weird. If we're really going to analyze the game in a tactical sense, I mean, I look at Arsenal the last couple of weeks, or that the decent run that you guys have been on, that's gotten you to that fourth position, or when you guys were fourth.
Yeah,
you guys fast on the counter attack, playing out from the back, high and wide. Get the wingers up, get the forwards up, high and wide. The last two games, very narrow. It was very compact. You look at if we're moving on to the goal and we talk about Xhaka in this situation, if we freeze frame that goal, Xhaka is nowhere to be seen. He's so far up the pitch.
Halfway up the pitch.
You got a three in the back. He's actually in front of Odegaard and Lokonga. If you look at he's in front of them. Once that ball goes into that space, what does that have? Lokonga has to shift out wide, which means Odegaard has to take Lokonga's spot. Because they're pitching now on the counter attack, everyone, and it's a natural thing that happens. Everyone gets caught ball watching.
Of course.
Trossard makes a run into the box. no one's picking him up, and they get their first goal, and that straight away come from Xhaka, right? Not being in his position, very high up the pitch, and Arsenal concede, and it didn't really change from majority of that game, and you're just thinking, why did I don't know. To me, it looked like, yeah, maybe you guys can tell me a bit more. I mean, it looked like it was very narrow, like it was so compact in the midfield. Your wingers were kind of tucking inside instead of getting them out wide and trying to spread the play like you guys did in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it was just a weird one. Like, look, with your lineup, you guys are the Arsenal experts. Like you guys know where do you want your players. Like you guys watch your team week in, week out. You know which players can play in them roles. So
Yeah.
but I just look at Xhaka's role in this game, and it's like caught out of position. Could have Arteta done something to sort that out? Why didn't he take him off, or why didn't he make them changes where, I don't know, bring someone else on to play out wide and drop Saka into that left back position? I don't know, maybe a Pepe, and then you can switch Saka, because Saka went on to the other side for a bit, and Martinelli was playing with Xhaka, so it was a bit weird. I'm like, all right, then they swapped, and then he got Martinelli got that goal that was, we'll speak about the whole offside thing, but that's when he went back to the right hand side. So I don't know. It was a bit weird formation, a bit. I don't know what it is. He changed it up a little bit, but then again, at the same time, and we'll maybe touch on it a bit more. You got to give credit to Graham Potter, because I think he just tactically outplayed Arteta, and it's understandable when you got a manager that's kind of been steadying the ship at Brighton, and in terms of football in general, he's been managing a first team where Arteta's learning on the job still. So you got to weigh up them options as well.
It's you got yourself a tradesman, you got yourself a third year. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, third year's trying to put a shift in, but unfortunately, it ain't working. Won't even make me a fucking cupboard. Not working out, is it? To be honest, you wrapped it up really well with our play being a bit more narrow. I also have a problem with our play being somewhat slow, if you know what I mean. Like, it's as if we're lethargic when we're playing these games. And for me, I always say it in my previews, and I don't know if Scott, if you agree. For Arsenal to get a win in any game, we need to start from the get-go. 1 second into the game, we need to press and we need to go hard. Because as soon as Arsenal come out of the gate, coming at teams hard, pressing them and harrying them off the ball, we look that much more confident and we're that much stronger. In this game, and much like the Crystal Palace game, we were slow on the ball. The amount of errors that we made in this game and Crystal Palace game, like half the errors that we made in this game wasn't even because of pressure. It was as if no one even had any sort of like Borce would say, football IQ.
It was lethargic. Like, I watched them and I just looked at the squad and I kept thinking, who's going to be the man who takes this game by the scruff of the neck?
Where's it going to come from?
And Martinelli, for me, his work rate, his energy, he's always trying to make something happen. I have a lot of time for Martinelli, but I looked at all those other guys and thought, who's going to help him out? He can't do it on his own. Laka hasn't scored in God knows how long.
This year.
Saka looks really tired. Odegaard was, not at his best. I feel like we've hit a wall. I feel like we've just hit this wall, and the blip has now turned into a real big problem.
Like a rat.
Blip is something you forget about the next week. Like Chelsea, they got pumped by Brentford, came out, punished Southampton. That's a blip. What's happening to us, I'm starting to fear, is not a blip. It's fatigue and a weak squad that can't be rotated.
Well, it's a fucking good point. Right? Look, we had Sambi Lokonga fit into the midfield, right? Sambi Lokonga's come in and he's replaced Granit Xhaka in the midfield and partnered up with Odegaard. Now, you're saying players that can't come in. Sambi Lokonga hasn't had many minutes, right? But he's been thrown in cold. Nuno Tavares, another player that was getting a look in earlier this season, was then outcast from the squad and then brought in last second against Crystal Palace for Tierney and thrown under the bus. So now, these two changes, right, were made by Mikel Arteta. And I'm not an Arteta in, Arteta out guy. I'm a kind of guy who calls a spade a spade. You do well, you do well. You do what you do. You fuck up, I'm going to call you on your fuck up. These guys hadn't seen a second of football and then were thrown into games and thrown under the bus. So now everyone's looking at, I mean, Nuno didn't do well against Crystal Palace, and Sambi was horrible in this game. And for me, I mean, the first goal, like Borce knocked on, he said, Xhaka out of position, blah, blah, blah. I didn't see, in my opinion, when I saw this squad and I saw these players, I didn't know where our goals were going to come from. Martinelli's the only one that looks like he's going to do anything. I couldn't see. Like, Saka has not been on form. So I couldn't see a goal in this. When I saw them score and I saw the way we were playing, I thought, well, fucked. Yeah. Absolutely fucked. I don't know what you saw, Butcher. Once you saw that goal.
Where does Smith Rowe? What's his position?
Honestly, Smith Rowe is he's a 10. He's not a winger. He's a 10. He's not a winger. He's fucked as a winger. He's too slow.
Yeah.
The problem
but
is
even with that, even with saying with that, but Odegaard was the because I sometimes I say Odegaard is the 10. Is that when Partey comes in, Odegaard's the 10, right?
Yeah. Really, I think he's a decent 8.
He played Odegaard's an 8.
I reckon Odegaard could play the 8 role. And I'm telling you.
See, I don't know, bro. Because the thing is, for me, I see Odegaard someone that can kind of link up play. I think he does it a bit better than Smith Rowe. So you put him, and like Scott, you're saying that Lacazette, what he hasn't scored from open play or something like that.
Since December, I think. Since December.
Yeah, whatever the stat is.
Oh no, I know. I just made you feel bad.
If he's not scoring goals for you, he's got to be linking up play. But he can't even do that.
No,
Lacazette's not someone that's going to really link up play with you. He'll do the dog work and maybe drag a few players out. But you guys don't got the quality like some of the other clubs that allows him to do that role. So I think maybe Odegaard should have been in that 10 role. I don't know then where that fits Smith Rowe. Maybe Smith Rowe out wide. I know you're saying he's not the best out there, but you put him out wide, and then at least Saka's going to be in that left back position, and he's got a little bit of cover if Smith Rowe does make a mistake from that left hand side. He's got Saka behind him to maybe clean up a little bit. But yeah, it's just weird. Like Lacazette, I'm not too sure what he does. Like, are you linking up play? Not really. Are you scoring the goals? Not really.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Not really. So I don't know, this false 9 role. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit shambolic up front at the moment for you guys. But other than that, bro, like, I know you guys had some players missing, important players, some players out for the rest of the season. That's going to hurt you guys. Do you know what I mean? And like we spoke about, Scott, even myself, I said Arsenal in top 4 have got Champions League football. But in saying that, we don't really see that next week there's going to be an injury that's going to be out for the season, or Partey's going to be, all these injuries and or whatnot happen. But I don't know where Arsenal go from here, because one, they have to show a little bit of experience, which they don't really have. They've never been in this situation where there's massive pressure to try qualify for the Champions League, and plus the players are going to want to. The young players want to prove themselves to try make Champions League, and I don't know if they can. They could, of course. There's always opportunity, because as we can see this week's in the Premier League, the last couple of weeks, no one really wants it, so it's still there for the taking. But in terms of the last 2 weeks, I mean, I was expecting Arteta to be like, all right, little, like you guys were saying, little blip, Palace, but he got shown up again by Graham Potter. And Graham Potter, Steve, your last preview with this fixture, you called it, man. You're like, Graham Potter will adapt to any sort of team. No worries, we got Arsenal. We'll match them, or if not, I'll adapt. I'll change it up. I remember this. I can't remember where it was. Maybe he was coaching in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. There was one game where he changed up the system about 4 times in one game, and when you're versing teams like that, very unpredictable, they get these type of results. But yeah, bro, I don't know what's happening with Arsenal, bro. Where you guys heading, bro? Because I don't know.
It's desperate times. It's desperate times. I mean, in that game when we got that, I mean, the Martinelli goal came and went. VAR decided to fuck that. Now, Scott, you know how it is with referees and VAR, and you know what it is when you're an Arsenal fan. When you saw it go to VAR, did you just say, this is going to shit? because that's what when I saw VAR, I was on north side LDN. Soon I went to VAR. I go, it's disallowed. It's disallowed. And he's like, no. I'm like, did you follow Arsenal? You mad?
You know, as an Arsenal fan, if it goes to VAR and it's not resolved in 30 seconds, they're going to rule against us. And I know other people would hear that and think, oh, typical Arsenal crying about the ref. But it's you look at that. You go back and you look at that. Now, they told us at the start of the season two things. One, that they would give the benefit of the doubt to attackers. Two, they would only intervene to deal with clear and obvious errors. If you need 4 minutes to decide that it's not a goal, it isn't a clear and obvious error. Give the goal, move on. But what do you do, man? This is part and parcel of being an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah, mate. I hate to say it, but when I saw VAR, I went, eh. I was the quickest one to react. Everyone's on the comments, no. I'm like, fuck, it's gone. See you later. It's done. And then we go in we went into the half behind. And honestly, when we came out the second half, there wasn't, even when we came out in the second half, the energy didn't change, shape didn't change, nothing changed. You could actually see Brighton scoring another goal in fucking hell. They didn't, and it was... sorry, Borce.
It wasn't hard to play against us, boys, because anyone knew before that match that our midfield was weak. What did Brighton do? Like, they packed the midfield.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They packed the midfield. They put pressure on Sambi Lokonga, who isn't sharp.
Hung out to dry.
It wasn't tactical genius. I mean, if I was managing against Arsenal, I would do the same thing. I would say their midfield is weak. Pack the midfield, pressure them,
hit them on the left.
Hit them. Yep.
That's where Arteta has to be like, what's my weakest point? My midfield. So why are you still going narrow? Why are you still playing through the midfield? Go out wide. That's what I didn't understand. I'm like, Arsenal. I can't remember what game it was. Who you guys played? It was a goal that you guys started out from the back. It went from Ramsdale. It probably went through like majority of your team.
It went to Tomiyasu. Went into the box.
Yeah, it was a good goal. And look at that. It probably went into like one of your midfielders, but then straight back out wide, back in, but back right straight away, back out wide. And what happened? High and wide, open them up. And then Graham Potter can tell his players, compact the midfield. That's where they're weak. But if you guys keep going out wide, what happens? They're forced to go out wide.
They stretch.
Then there's room for Smith Rowe. Then there's room for Odegaard to make them plays happen and to get them shots away. And like I know Odegaard's shot, his goal took a big deflection, but you don't get that. You don't get that if you keep playing through the midfield. You don't get that space to even shoot. And this is where Arteta got it wrong. Is bro, just play what you did the last couple of weeks. Wide, high and wide, open them up, and that's when Lacazette can come in,
exactly,
pick up and link up play. Here, what's he gonna do? He's coming in where half the team, both teams are in the midfield. If you look at the heat maps of this match, it's like majority of it is just literally center circle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So go out. I just didn't understand that. That's what, even if we touch on the second goal they scored, even that, like the ball, they opened you guys out wide.
Yep.
He dragged your players out wide. Lokonga, who was it? Was it still Lokonga in the center? And maybe I can't remember who the other player was. Maybe Odegaard. Who
I saw Lacazette and Martinelli back there.
Maybe, and caught ball watching. No one sees the runner. No one checks off their shoulder to see where the runner is. And by the time the ball gets back to him, it's too late. Ramsdale very poor to get beaten on his knee post as well. To be fair,
you got a hand to it.
Time one against Liverpool. One against Liverpool, but knee post.
Yeah.
The one against Liverpool is very similar. He's got to be doing better. See, when he does these acrobatics to save these other shots, you know, does a backflip, catches it, perfect, normal. These knee post one, he's got to be doing better there. It just the tactical, and this is where Arteta got outplayed by last week Vieira, this week Graham Potter. And you gotta look at these games going into halftime. I would have told the players, look, go wide. Open them up. And when Arsenal open teams up, we've seen in the last couple of months what's happened. But then again, January transfer window, fuck what happened for you guys, and that's what's hurt you. And I can say the same thing for my club as well. you guys have weakened your squad.
Yes.
Regardless, the players that all right, Aubameyang, maybe he was a problem. He worked out better. He you guys look like to be getting results, but you didn't replace him. And now, when you guys need a goal, you're looking around and Ketia's coming on, and all these players trying to save the day. It's a bit difficult.
Boys, with that Aubameyang thing though,
Yeah.
I want to get it off my chest, seeing as we're doing the therapy session. Okay, he might have been a problem in the dressing room, but managers also have to take responsibility. And I'm not saying Arteta out. That's not where I am. But managers need to take responsibility for managing their players. Guendouzi, who I would love to have in the middle at the moment, he was a problem. See you later. Go in the French national squad now. Saliba hasn't pulled on the shirt and played a game for Arsenal. Looks like he probably won't even get back into the team. He was a problem. Mesut Ozil, we all saw what played out there. I wasn't the biggest fan of his. He was a problem. Like, at some point as well in his managerial development, Arteta does need to get better at managing these situations, because you look at Aubameyang at Barca and it shows you two things, because a lot of this was on him too. But when Aubameyang is happy and confident, he plays much better. And when he plays in a system that doesn't rely on him to hold up the ball, he plays much better and scores goals. Now, maybe to me, again, that's just a little bit of learning for Mikel Arteta. Sometimes you've got to be flexible tactically. You've got to look at ways that you can mix it up and get the best out of the players you have, not the players you want. And you've got to manage these personalities, because if he wants to survive in top-tier management, he's going to come across bigger egos than the ones he's faced at Arsenal so far.
Well, I mean, that comes down to experience as well. You see, the managers with the bigger experience know how to manage egos, know what they've got if they've got a diamond in the rough. Aubameyang did not have to be sold. Aubameyang could have been on that bench. But the problem you have here is it's, I don't like you, you're out. I don't like you, you're out. Now, don't get me wrong. I like that. You're not committed, get the hell out of here. But not when you weaken a squad this far and you don't go into the window and try and strengthen in those key positions that you've weakened. If you didn't rate Lokonga to come in off the bench, then you should have been looking for another midfielder. If you didn't rate Tavares to come in for Tini from time to time, then you should have been looking at another left back. And this all comes down to Arteta's inexperience. And of course, I didn't appoint him, you didn't appoint him, but the owners appointed him, and they're believing the hype that he's going to be the man eventually. I'm looking at it like it could be, but at the same time, sorry, yep.
Yeah, at the same time, bro, like, you don't know if he was told you will get a certain amount of money for this transfer window, as long as you get rid of players. Arteta's probably got rid of them, but they're the ones that haven't given him the funds or haven't given him the players, because you guys were linked. How can you be linked to players?
No, exactly.
It always happens. Linked to this player. How you spent majority of January going for Vlahovic when was it even on? Realistically, was it even on? So you threw your eggs in one basket. Well, now look, there's all these other problems. We're gonna find out if they decide to show it in the All or Nothing documentary. We're gonna find out what's happening now. Of course, Arsenal's gonna hide all that. The Cronkies are gonna,
of course, clean it up.
Check it before it comes out. They're not gonna show any of that. But Scott, you're right. With the Aubameyang situation, you keep him on. You got to manage him. The rumors are, couple weeks ago, that he's linked to the PSG job along with other managers, but he's in the hat. Whether he's fourth choice or whatever, that his name's been thrown in the hat. Well, if you're going to go PSG and you can't manage Aubameyang, good luck. Apparently now there's a bit of breaking news that Pogba has agreed, maybe personal terms or something.
Good luck,
PSG. Manage
that.
Arteta's going to go there and manage these guys, the Neymars and all that sort of. Neymar, he has to make sure that he has a week off for his sister's birthday. Trying to manage that.
Exactly.
All these other Messis and all that. Good luck to ya. But these are the things. Like, it's going to be interesting if you can't manage one Aubameyang, where, to be honest, was he that much of a headache? It didn't like as a rival fan.
He didn't do it publicly.
There was no headlines. There was no real headlines of Aubameyang being a toxic figure in the change room. Maybe he was, but he wasn't out like Pogba. Pogba every week, there's some sort of problem with him. Whether it's true or not, he's always making headlines. Where Aubameyang what? Because he drives a Lambo, because it's gold. Big fucking whoop, bro. But these are the things that the manager chose, and this is going to determine whether he keeps his job. Maybe not that situation, but decisions like that, you might even might die on your own sword there. So that's his choices. But at the same time, the owners have to back him. You can't tell him to get rid of these players. You had Arthur from Juve that was linked. Even if it was just on a loan thing, just get him on a loan. Big deal. You got other players loaned out. Recall some of your loanees. Strengthen the squad, but you've weakened it. You guys were in a great position. You weakened the squad, and now go get the young boys like Saka and all these other Smith Rowe that got you out of trouble throughout the whole season. You're putting it all on their shoulders. Where's their experienced players? Where's Lacazette? Where's Xhaka? You wanted to leave, now you're here. Now you learned how to speak Italian, division Italian to get a Roma. You're still here, bro. Show up, bro. Show up. I don't know, bro. I don't know why they keep playing him, but yeah, I don't know.
Slim pickings. He's put himself in his position. And look, I've said it before. We don't know if the Cronkies are really backing him, but I'm going to know in this transfer window coming up next season. I'm going to know then, because I know exactly how much Arsenal can spend without the Cronkies throwing money at them. And I don't believe that Arteta was given the right funds when it came to that transfer window that previously went past, but I do believe he had something. Now, I don't know how they were going to roll it over. I got no idea. All I know is if you're going to get rid of players like Aubameyang, which I said he could be on the bench, and you got Nketiah and Lacazette, which had like 3 or 4 goals between them, you're going to have some fucking problems scoring. And as you can see in this game against Brighton, all our attacks went down friggin' pretty much through maybe 2 players, being Martinelli and Odegaard. And I mean, we saw the goal from Odegaard, big deflection, that got us up to 2-1. And then all of a sudden, for the final 9 minutes, Arsenal like, shit, the game's all over. You know what this was like? And this is the way I saw it. It was like a big orgy, right? And everyone's having a great time, right? But the problem is, you're in there and you can't get your boy up, right? So it's all gone shit. Now, everyone's having a great time, but it's taking you a long time to get on the fucking right juice to get your fucking boy up. Now everyone's had a good time. You only got 5 fucking minutes, so you got to get the fuck in there and have a bit of fun. And honestly, both Man United and Arsenal are fucking guilty of that. Because in this game...
You know what, bro? Sometimes 5 minutes is all you need, bro. We've seen these like
Fergie time.
5 minutes.
Fergie time, huh?
No one's got time for this 90-minute bullshit, bro. You get in, you get out, get the job done, off you go. On to the next. On to the next. And speaking of next, you guys got Southampton. So they just got done 6-0. Now they're going to be defending for their lives. So what's going to happen now? I don't know.
Hit us for 6. And they could hit us for 6. Look, our next games, obviously, I don't know if you guys know, but of course it's Southampton over there. It's Chelsea over there. And to be honest, then it's that fucking prick. Let me just point the right way. That fucking prick down there.
Yeah, that prick.
And to be honest, the game between us and them is going to be shambolic because both teams are fucking...
Who wants to lose it more?
Pretty much. I reckon it's going to be a competition between Ramsdale and De Gea taking shots at each other, and the other guys just hanging out going.
And then you got West Ham after that, bro. So there's some tough fixtures coming up.
Yeah, West Ham really need to bounce back. And honestly, after those performances, I was going to ask you guys, let's say the next four games, you're going to be Southampton, Chelsea, United, and the Hammers.
West Ham.
Scott, how many points do you fucking see there now? Because you ain't got 6 that you should have seen before, mate.
I think we'll beat Southampton.
You're sticking your neck out again?
Chelsea will beat us.
Yeah.
I think United will beat us. They enjoy playing against us too much. I think they'll beat us as well. I think we'll probably beat West Ham, but by then it won't matter. It won't matter. 6.
Yeah, I reckon. Southampton could be a problem. Could be because Ralph Hassan, once he has a result like this, he usually bounces back from it. That's usually. To be honest, I rate him as a manager. I don't know how every now and then he just gets slapped up like that. I don't know what the problem is, but I can see Southampton getting a result. I can, but I also can't say Arsenal losing 3 games in a row. I can't see that. So I think Arsenal would bounce back. I think you lose to Chelsea, you'll get a result with United game. You'll get the result because my players' heads gone, heads in the clouds, all that sort of stuff. And then West Ham, I think you'll get West Ham because depending if they're still in Europa League, they're going to be focusing maybe more on that competition. I know they got another leg. Who they play? Can't remember who they played, but Lyon won all, right? It was one. Yeah. So if they get through to the next round, by the time they come around to versus Arsenal, like you said, Scott, by then you kind of will already know where everyone's kind of standing. Maybe West Ham will be out by then and focus all their eggs in the Europa League basket. So that could be points there for Arsenal. But then the other ones, Chelsea, I could even see. I know you guys are playing away, but I could see you guys getting
Stamford
a result
Bridge.
there because
at Stamford Bridge, you could see a result. Oh, I could see a result, but it won't be a result that me and fucking Scott are going to be happy with.
What's your call? How many points?
Okay, Southampton. I'm thinking we're going to get a win, but I think it's going to be a filthy win. It's going to be like tooth and nail, drag it out, ugly win. Chelsea, I think Arteta's going to set his team up to fucking do this and not get fucking too battered. But I think we're going to lose that game. And you know what? The way I honestly see Chelsea at the moment in the form that they're in, I got them scoring at least 2 goals on us all day, if not 3. United, with their present form, I got a bad feeling that Shambhalala and Shambhalala are going to fucking draw, and neither one of us are going to be able to get the fucking job done because we're that fucking shit. And against the Hammers, because we're going to be over their way. We're going to be playing London Stadium. And again, it's going to depend on Europa. I think we could do West Ham. But I reckon out of those fixtures, it's a draw against United, which is 1 point. We got 3 points against the Hammers and 3 points against fucking Southampton. We could pull 7 here.
Bro, your fixtures are horrible, bro. Because then you got fucking after West Ham, it's Spurs.
Exactly.
Spurs.
Yeah, and it's again.
And they're close. Are they close together? Let me have a look again, bro.
Well, we got.
No, you got Leeds. Sorry, you got Leeds. You got Leeds after that.
See, Chelsea United.
After West Ham, you got Leeds.
See, Chelsea United are like 15 minutes apart. So what happens is, no shit.
So after you're finished with Chelsea, we're just gonna walk out. It's a gala day. We're just gonna walk out.
Big time. That's how that's gonna
your
game. Be a prick.
Your game's on Sunday with Leeds, and then it's like Friday against Tottenham. So still a bit of gap, but
it's the Chelsea United game is fucked. That is
bro,
like
you guys got some heavy fixtures, bro. Like even Spurs and then Everton on the last day. Frankie Lampard.
That could be a relegation deciding.
Yeah, it'd be exciting, man.
I would love to relegate Frank Lampard. That'd be so good.
It'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be just like the fucking Lampard effect. Everywhere he goes, he just fucks up.
Yeah, but guys, are you ask you to a question?
Don't ask it.
Them fixtures is top 8 secured.
I was going to ask that question next. Where do you think we're going to go? But you know what? It's all by all means.
Where if you want, bro, we can start my club, your club. We can book our tickets to Belarus, Azerbaijan, Rapid Vienna in Austria. We can be going to these countries. We're going to be playing there because the Conference League, hey, the trophy looks decent.
Yeah.
The trophy looks decent. Almost like the Audi Cup, it looks like.
We'll be doing these. We'll be doing a cane. Scott,
where are you finishing? Is top 4 still on the cards? You guys reckon?
No.
Or is
he going to do it?
You reckon Spurs? I know you don't want to say that name on this channel, Steve, but
fuck them.
5th or 6th.
Downtown.
Top 4's done. Finished.
That's what he said. Yeah, you're right. That's what he said a couple of weeks ago, but we'll leave you there.
You know what? He's saying top 4's done, right? Guess what? I don't think it is.
It's back on.
I think it's still on.
Back on.
And you know why I think it's still on? It's because I watch Spurs. I don't like to, but I watch them. And any team that can fucking defend, hold a straight fucking line, they're fucked. And I'm not joking. They're fucked. As long as you can hold a straight line, they're useless. The problem I have at the moment is the teams that they're playing for some reason. Like against Villa, I saw what happened there. anyone that could friggin' finish, if any one of those boys finished, it would have been 3 in the first half from Villa all day. They were fucking cutting through them. But then they decided to drop the ball and just keep on attacking and whatever. But I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's still on. Do I think, are we overachieving a 4th? Yes. I think we're overachieving. And that's no shit. Borce, what do you reckon? Okay, are Arsenal going to get Champions fucking League? Foosball.
Looking at them fixtures, bro, I thought you would have, because maybe these 2 games that you guys dropped points to were a 6-pointer. You guys would have been still in front of Spurs. Maybe Spurs would have had a game in their hand, but the points are banked. You know, Spurs are playing catch up. Spurs still got to face Liverpool. Got to face you guys as well. That could have been a big fixture if you guys didn't lose these last 2 games. So now it makes it interesting. The top 4 for you guys, it's still on. I'm not going to say it's not on. It still is. 3 points behind Spurs. I think it is at the moment. But that's still that's still doable. You can still catch them
because they're going to drop points behind. We know they're going to drop points against Liverpool.
You're pretty much like, you look at the teams that they're playing here. Steve, Liverpool, are they going to drop the points to Spurs to kind of lose the league? Or they're going to get pushing City to the
but Spurs have beat City twice. Don't forget that. They beat Man City twice.
Don't forget they're a bogey team. They're a bogey. That's Man City's bogey team is Tottenham. You know what I mean?
I reckon, to be honest, it's still on for Arsenal, for my boys. Now we're out. We're already on holidays, as you guys can see. And I reckon it's going to be interesting to see which North London team gets it.
Interesting times in North London. Guys, look, I'm going to wrap it up there. I reckon we covered it the best we possibly can. I mean, it was a shit show. With Arsenal, shit show with United, shit show all around, when it comes to us. Scott, can you tell the guys where they can find you? Where are you at? I mean, apart from just around Western Sydney doing fucking, dirty deeds and shit, where can they find you, mate?
It's throwing you under the bus.
Those days are a long way behind me, mate. It's all clean here. But I do a show called It's a Football Thing on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30. I co-host that for Chelsea and a Man United fan, so always good times. But if anyone goes on YouTube and searches the IFT pod, you'll find us. Check it out. You got to check it out. Yeah. I mean, the guy down low, Mr. Football Capital. Where you at, bro?
Yeah, I'm everywhere, bro. I'm everywhere. Football Capital, YouTube, Insta. Where else? Twitter. I don't know. OnlyFans.
TikTok.
That's for the extra bit of content there, the extra bit of content.
That's why he shaved his head. What he does is he puts oil. Anyway.
Hey, they got to subscribe and pay the monthly fee.
All right. I'm just trying to get you some customers, mate. It's all weird and wonderful.
Fair enough.
Guys, thank you.
Steve, thanks for having me on again, bro. I know bit of a rival perspective. Oh, yeah, there's the mic. Bit of a rival perspective, but thanks for having me on your show.
Mate, muchly appreciated for both of you guys. Honestly, appreciate you guys dealing with this because I know we all needed that therapy. But look, from the Aussie Gooner to everyone out there that's watched this show, it ain't all doom and gloom. I'm going to have to say it. It's fucking Uru, guys. Fucking Uru.